And all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there, welcome back once again to Angela's Soapbox on Raging Elephants Radio. And another week for the books, as people like to say. I'm telling you, man, they keep trying to destroy us. And we just have to keep fighting back. Because that's literally all we can do. There's a little saying now that we're all digital soldiers and that we are the news now. Because the Great Awakening is upon us. At least with some of us, anyway. You know, we have about 30% of the country that is irredeemably stupid. And, you know, there's really not a whole lot we can say about them. Which is why today's plastic straw, every week I like to dedicate a plastic straw to a filthy leftist. And this week's plastic straw is going to an organization that has been at the forefront of this fraud from day one. And that is the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control. So I'm holding up my Diet Coke right now as we speak with my plastic straw. I'm going to take a swig. And this is for you, CDC, and Robert Redfield, who runs that organization. As we've learned from countless investigations over the last 4 years trying to destroy this president and anyone who supports him, the swamp is deep and wide. The CDC is part of the swamp. And this week, we found out another little whoopsie. You know, it's so funny, isn't it? When these people have tried to explain to us that we have to shut down everything because of a virus that has a 99.98% survival rate, which makes no sense. And they tell us, we don't know. We don't know how this thing is going to be through touch. It could be someone to get the Rona. I mean, it's sort of like at the beginning with AIDS and how they were all telling us how it could be passed with, you know, simple human contact. And we come to find out, no, it's pretty much passed between homosexual anal sex. Sorry. I know that goes against your narrative, CDC, but truth is a stubborn thing. And this week, the CDC has come out and told us that coronavirus does not spread easily via contaminated surfaces like metal. Remember at the beginning how they were saying, oh my gosh, it's on the metal, it's on the marble, it's on the plastic, it's on everything. You're just going to get it. You put your hand down on it, you touch your face, it's over, you're done. And now they're like, whoopsie, that's not true. And, you know, watching the overreach of Democrat leftists and, you know, Dora the Explorer in Houston this week, she came out yesterday. She came out on Wednesday, and then she came out Thursday and has put more barriers in place for people who actually want to go back to work and earn a living. And the little sheep on her Twitter feed who are saying, oh, thank you, Dora. Thank you so much, Dora, for being such a good tyrant. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about Lina Hidalgo, the elected judge of Harris County, who is not an attorney, yet a lawyer, yet a judge. So go figure. So she's put more stay home, work safe orders down. And everyone's like, Lina, the entire state of Texas has now reopened or is in the process of reopening. Like, what are you doing? But, you know, this is a legitimate question. Do you remember when the Democrats used to care about civil liberties and government overreach? They always used to claim that they did. But in actuality, they never did. They only care about it if it's happening to filthy leftists. Like Abby Hoffman in the 60s, you know, blowing, or the Weather Underground blowing up the Pentagon, or, you know, causing riots at the 1968 Democrat Convention. Then they care about government overreach. Or Kent State, you know, the good old days of the hippie movement. But today, I mean, they are the most in-line, sheep, bootstrapping, you know, tyrants that you can find. It is not the Republican governors and mayors who are acting like this. And this is my legitimate question to them as well. How in the world are we supposed to coexist with you people at this point? You do not believe in America as it was founded. You believe that we're still basically a slave owning country. You don't believe in free market capitalism. You don't believe that people should be trusted with their own personal liberty. You believe that you should treat adults like children. You believe that lying to them about a public health, quote, pandemic is in the public's best interest. How do we coexist with these people? I mean, these people have no idea what the other side of the story is on any level. They parrot talking points as if they were facts. They only see confirmation bias. And literally everything they've been told for the last 4 years about Trump and his administration and anyone surrounding him is a lie. Russia, Mike Flynn, Ukraine, Kavanaugh, hydroxychloroquine, China causing the virus. It's endless. And yet they still believe it all. What can we say about people who are this ignorant and blind to reality? There is no getting through to them. I want to separate myself from these people and watch them fail. I want a divorce. And my good friend Claver always says, I'm not quite there where I want to, secede from the union, just as Texas. But I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind a red state, blue state divorce. I certainly would not. I have a little funny story to tell you about the mask Nazis from the other day, even in Texas, even in Houston. And some of the worst offenders are these large corporations. And I will just use the corporations I frequent quite a bit because I'm a girl. Nordstrom Rack. Fun little story about Nordstrom Rack. Last Saturday, I tried to go return something that I've had in my trunk for 2 months because I am not paying to send it back to them. I was going to wait until they reopened. So I walked up, and lo and behold, there was, a line of about 20 people, all staggered 5 to 6 feet apart, all of them wearing masks, and the hall monitor outside ushering one person in one at a time. And then she came out and she said, you know what, guys? There's like a 90-minute wait to check out. And this is as I'm walking up. And I go, what are you insane? Are you kidding me? This is not New York City. Like, what is this? And I said, how much longer is this going to go on? Now, keep in mind, I'm the only one complaining. Everyone else is looking at their feet, wishing I would stop talking. And I was like, I'm not going to stop talking because this is absolutely asinine. And then the other day, I was at Ulta and returning something. And, Ulta had reopened, but they say, for your safety, we'd like it if you wear a mask because all our associates are going to be wearing masks. And I walk into the Ulta, which is near me in Houston, and literally I was the only person not in a mask. And I was getting death stares from people. And I said last week, I cannot wait till one of them comes up to me and tries to get in my face because I will try and remain calm and say my personal liberty is none of your concern and you look stupid. But more than likely, I would go off on them. But I'm swatching, and for boys, swatching is when you take something and you put it on your hand from a tester. I was swatching an eyeshadow on my hand, and the manager, like out of nowhere, made a beeline to me. She was like, zoom, hey, yeah, could you put that down because this is for your safety and we're not allowing anyone to touch anything. And I said, well, how do I know if I want to buy it? I need to test it. To see it. That's what these testers are for. Well, yeah, it's for your safety. And I said, this is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. And, she got an attitude with me. And then I get up to the front and lo and behold, it was the same girl. And she was, I'm sure, real happy to see me again. But she says, I started in by saying, hey, I'm sorry for yelling at you. I know it's not your fault. I know you have no control over the stupidity. And then she jumped in and stopped me. And she said, people have actually gotten sick and died from using our testers. And I look at her, I said, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. I said, you should allow people to be adults and to be free and to take responsibility for their own actions. She was not happy about that. And again, everyone around me looking at their feet, wishing I would shut up. And it's like, I feel like those of us who are like the anti-Karens, and after the break, I'm going to get into what a Karen is. And I'm sure everyone has now heard what a Karen is, but there's just so many Karens. And I'm the anti-Karen. And I feel like us anti-Karens are like John the Savage in Brave New World. Again, if you've never read it, you should. The end of the novel, John the Savage is looking around going, what is wrong with all of you people? Why are you doing this to yourselves? There is a reason people founded this country, and that is for freedom, personal autonomy. When we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about this. Stick around. It's Angela's Soapbox on Raging Elephants Radio. Be right back.
What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Harris County has a crime problem. Who are you going to call? It's harder than ever to know who you can trust. You can trust Joe Dana. Group culture is always set by leadership, whether it's an airline or a city. As a lieutenant constable every day, he honors his oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Texas. Protect and serve is in his DNA. As a Harris County Sheriff, Joe Dana will restore your trust in the Sheriff's Department and improve the morale of the deputies on the street. You can trust Joe Dana as Harris County Sheriff.
I am Lieutenant Constable Joe Dana, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Joe Dana campaign.
It's no secret about the censorship that big technology companies are practicing as we speak. Are there ways to get around this? For us, at Raging Elephants Radio, and for you, the Raging Elephants Radio app is the way to do that. It gives us direct communication to you with no middleman. No Facebook, no Google, no Twitter. Raging Elephants Radio and you in direct connection. No interception. Beat the censorship. Download the Raging Elephants Radio app.
Doc says all the best words start with P. Prudence is a good word. Airlines will always say, put your own mask on first, then help your loved ones. Prudence means making sure that your family food supply is secure. Most stores have at best a 72-hour supply of food, and if something goes wrong, resupply will not happen quickly. You should have at least a 90-day supply of your favorites because it will allow you to weather the worst crisis and make plans for the future. The answer is newmanna.com. N-U-M-A-N-N-A. New Manna is not just food storage, but really tasty food that you will enjoy eating. New Manna food is designed to last for 25 years, but many people enjoy it several times a week. Now is the time to lay in a supply of tasty New Manna food for your family. Be prepared and know your family is safe. Go to newmanna.com right now for fast delivery. That's newmanna.com.
Hey Texans, this is Wendy. Let me introduce you to the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. In the RER Pet Store, anything that Amazon carries is available to you. Instead of going directly to Amazon, come to RagingElephantsRadio.com first. Click on the RER Pet Store link and search for whatever you need for your furry buddy. How about this? Whenever it's time for dog or cat food, get it through the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. Another easy way to support the rebellious voice of Texas liberty. RagingElephantsRadio.com.
I feel like. What, that was loud. I feel like I just heard my reverb in my headset. I was like, "Oh Lord, I have a loud voice." Yes, I do. It's true. I was thinking earlier this week that as we get back to normal, whatever that looks like, it would be great if it was like actually back to normal, where I could go see my favorite cover band again. Without having to worry about a bunch of Karens flipping out that if we're standing too close to each other. But Babylon Bee, which if you've never seen it, it's a really funny parody site. It's like the Conservative Onion, and it's way funnier than the Onion, by the way. And they had a really funny article, and this was the title. It said, "Back to normal. Conservatives go to work while liberals stay home." And isn't that basically what we're living? And it's so funny because it's like the red states are reopening and they're like, yeah, we're all done here. We've done this. We're going to go back to work now. And the blue states are tantruming, stomping their feet, shoving their fingers in their ears and screaming, la, 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 la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. That's basically what we're in the middle of right now. Welfare state blue states who are demanding that the red states bail them out are staying closed as long as humanly possible because they think that you're stupid and that you're going to go for this Nancy Pelosi next coronavirus bill, which is even more of an abomination than the one she tried to do like a week and a half ago, and basically, bail out the blue states. And that's not going to happen. And it really does remind me of just the basic difference between conservatives and liberals. Conservatives get up and go to work. Liberals want welfare benefits. I mean, they're all alike. It's really amazing. Here's an idea. Here's how we stimulate the economy. We reopen America. We go back to normal. We develop herd immunity, and we use inexpensive therapeutics like hydroxychloroquine to prevent and cure the coronavirus. And we don't need to wait for the Fauci and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Gilead approved vaccine or remdesivir, or whatever you say it, which costs $1,000 per dose. And it is also very scary. I was listening through the break on Claver was talking about how censorship is getting really terrible, and Google, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter are just yanking down videos and content that are criticizing lockdowns and mask Nazis and how hydroxychloroquine is effective, not infected. They wish it was infected. It's effective. And they're cracking down. It's unraveling really quickly. And, when President Trump came out again and talked about how he was using HCQ, and had been taking it as a preventative for, a few weeks or almost 2 weeks now. And the media completely freaked out on him. And what I like about Trump is that he's the guy, he's like, yeah, I'll take it. He doesn't have a food tester. He doesn't have his, butler say, hey, you can take the HCQ for 2 weeks and see if you don't drop dead. I mean, the idea that his doctor, the White House physician, is going to give the president of the United States something that would be harmful is just, it's ridiculous. But why are the Democrats suppressing this so much? And the answer is very simple. I mean, yesterday, for example, Lena Hidalgo again talking about how there is no cure for coronavirus. Therefore, we have to stay home and work home, be safe. Hashtag stay safe. They are lying to you, and they think you're stupid. And leftists are all about pro-choice. Pro-choice this, pro-choice that. My body, my choice. Unless it's talking about hydroxychloroquine, because Trump talked about it. I mean, this is how childish the left is. They don't care that your business is failing, you can't go to work, your deaths of despair are skyrocketing. If Trump says something is good, it has to be bad. Even though, Fredo Chris Cuomo took a version of the same drug. And Nancy Pelosi, when she came out and said that, oh, I really hope that our president Like, she gives a rat's red ass about Trump. Oh, I hope our president, he shouldn't be taking, but you have to imagine I'm talking through my dentures. He shouldn't be taking this unproven drug. It could be dangerous for him. When all they've ever wanted is for Mike Pence and Donald Trump to be out of the way so that old cadaver who's third in line to the president could take over temporarily. And now that we know that Trump and Pence and whoever else has been taking HCQ as a preventative, they're all up in arms about it. And again, it's like, if it doesn't work and it's so dangerous and you hate Trump anyway, wouldn't you want it not to work? But the thing is, they know it does work. And then, of course, she had to fat shame him, which if you're a man and you fat shame a woman, you're canceled from life forever. But I guess, Nancy Pelosi, who's had more facelifts than Jocelyn Wildenstein, the cat lady in New York City. She's had more facelifts than probably anybody on the face of the earth. I don't even know if she has any skin left to pull back. But she's sitting there talking about Trump's appearance. Okay, heifer. I see how this goes. And speaking of heifers, wizened old harpies on The View. Here's some more propaganda. Joy Behar the other day, who's one of the worst people on the planet. Side note, they would never have me on The View because I would eat them for breakfast every day. And I would be like, ooh, it's my favorite meal of the day. Time to eat at The View. At the trough of these idiots, let me at them. But they would never have someone like me sitting on the panel. They'll have Meghan McCain, but, not me. Anyway, Joy Behar, who is a wizened old harpy, she was questioning a Republican state representative, Mike Kelly from Pennsylvania, the other day. And she had the balls, excuse me, did I say that out loud? She had the stones to actually say to him, I thought you were a smart person. How could you be taking HCQ as a preventative? Now, that's just crazy. And she's sitting here scolding this state representative for using hydroxychloroquine as a preventative. And again, our military is using it. They're doing studies about it in hospitals showing how effective it is. But they don't want the general public to know about it, because then their little event ends. It's over. Their little mail-in ballot push will be done. And speaking of the mail-in ballots, Trump was asked about that the other day, and he said, no, we're not doing that because it's just rife with fraud. And everyone's like, what do you mean you don't have any proof of that? Well, what do you know? Just the other day, the DOJ just charged a Democrat judge in Pennsylvania with voter fraud. A former judge of elections in Philadelphia has been charged and pleaded guilty to illegally adding votes for Democrat candidates in judicial races in 2014, 2015, and 2016. It was on Breitbart. Of course, you're not going to read it anywhere else, but it happened. It's real. And, it was some old, crusty old Democrat, probably union judge, stuffing the ballot box for Democrats. And Democrats act like, well, you don't have any examples. That's just one. There's so many more. And I predict that as they keep trying to trot out this event and will make it last longer and longer and longer, and of course, I mean the coronavirus hoax event, there's going to be more and more examples of fraud. And, again, you think they think that they're so much smarter than Trump or any Republican. They're 10 steps ahead of Trump. And he never knows what he's talking about, except the whole time for the last 4 years, he's known exactly what he's talking about, and he catches them in BS all the time. A funny story before we go to break. Mika Brzezinski, the horrible spouse of BDI Joe Scarborough on MSNBC, Morning Mika and Morning Joe, whatever it's called. Nobody watches it. She had a complete meltdown the other day on Twitter, and she pulled out her inner Karen. And I know I was going to tell you about what Karens are. I promise I'll do that in the next segment. She pulled out her inner Karen, and she demanded that Trump be deplatformed from Twitter, and she wants to talk to Twitter's manager and tell them why he should be. And you know why? Because Trump brought up the fact that Joe Scarborough had a dead intern when he was a Florida congressman, and he had to leave office real quick. Got out of there super fast. Now, I'm not saying Joe did anything, but there was a funny little, and I say funny by peculiar, not funny haha, funny peculiar. An intern of his died, and Joe liked to joke about it. He did it on the Don Imus show. But Trump was just pointing it out. We'll be right back.
Here's another reason to visit the RER Marketplace. It's springtime. Every year we have to get that yard and flower beds in shape. Go to the RER Marketplace Lawn and Garden to get your supplies. Buy all your fertilizer, weed and feed, flower food, and garden tools through the RER Marketplace, powered by Amazon. It's another easy way to support RER. Just by getting all of your fertilizer and plant food through the RER Marketplace, you're supporting the work of RER. No Amazon services or price change. RER gets a small commission to keep operating and expanding. The RER Marketplace Lawn and Garden. Click the Marketplace ad on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey, Barry the Music Man here for Tejas Smoke Depot. They have everything you need when it comes to smoke. Check out the 150 square foot walk-in humidor filled with a huge selection of fine cigars. Or give them a call at 830-990-1472 and order up what you want. Maybe you like to roll your own. They have it. Maybe you need a gift for a smoker in the family. How about a new pipe? They have a large selection, even a cross-section of great beers in stock. In a hurry, come by and use the drive-thru. Located at 1639 West Highway 290 in Fredericksburg, Texas. Out of town? Visit them at the website, TejasSmokeDepot.com, or call 830-990-1472. That's 830-990-1472. It's smoking.
The RER Marketplace, powered by Amazon, is the way for you to financially support RagingElePhantsRadio.com. It takes just a tiny change in your habits. You're already an online shopper. Enter Amazon.com through the RER Marketplace link at the top of the homepage. Or enter your desired product in the Amazon search box in the right column, and RER gets a commission for any purchase you make. No change in Amazon prices or services. RER simply gets some revenue. Change your behavior and help us get the truth out. RER Marketplace, powered by Amazon.
Texas independence. Have you ever thought about it? What exactly does it mean, or is it even possible? Sam Houston said,
Texas will raise her head among the nations.
Was he a dreamer or a prophet? You can get the answers to these questions in the book Lying in the Sand by Daniel Miller. Doc Green says it's required reading for every Texan. Lying in the Sand by Daniel Miller gives you the information you need to be prepared to give an answer to anyone that asks. As a Raging Elephants Radio listener, you are the go-to person for your friends.
RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
This book is more than a good read. It will equip you to reach others while pursuing a better future for your family. Get your copy now by clicking on the link on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
That's RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Since a portion of the proceeds goes to support Raging Elephants Radio, it may be time for you to cross that line in the sand.
That line in the sand. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
What do you care about Washington, D.C.? D.C. doesn't care about you. You're a Texan. You're a Texan above all else. And there's only one radio station that's going to feed your need for Texas power and independence. RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Finally, the Patriots of the Lone Star State have a unified voice to fight back and organize. 24/7, 365. RagingElePhantsRadio.com is going to give you what you need to know about Texas politics, liberty, and independence. Take us wherever you go. RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Streaming on your computer, smartphone, tablet, and internet auto.
Karen. Karen. The only people who want to go to jail are the ones who want to get caught, Karen. A reference from one of the greatest movies ever, Goodfellas. And you may have been hearing lately the term Karen, the Karens of the world. Oh, there's lots of them now. Just like the blue states have really, their inner tyrants have come out. The inner tyrants of all the Karens of the world have come out as well. I mean, they love this newfound authority to tell you what to do with your own body. Again, isn't it ironic? The left wants to tell you what to do with your own body and where you can go. So as blue state governors are releasing illegal aliens and violent criminals into society, because they hate you, they are arresting law-abiding people who simply want to go to work and raise their families and not starve to death. And they've got a whole army of Karens around to help them. There was a video on Twitter, and at first I was like, this is a parody, right? I mean, this is not real. Oh, but it is. A Karen in Santa Barbara, California, was on the beach, and she had her phone out. She was videoing people, and these people were not wearing masks. They were not social distancing. They were sitting there enjoying themselves. In fact, they even had their dogs playing frisbee with them. And she said, "Oh, this is terrible. Oh my goodness, they're not adhering to the guidelines at all. They are not safe at all." And again, I was like, this is not real. But it was. And then Karen went on later and was in on the Strand or something and was videoing more people. And people are looking at her like, what is with this middle-aged white lady telling us what to do with ourselves? And, it's not just white ladies who are Karens, trust me. I've gotten dirty looks from all kinds of people. The masked Nazis and the social distancing the Nazis. And a Karen doesn't even necessarily have to be a female. But I said before, I'm the anti-Karen. And I'm so much so that they finally reopened my apartment gym this week, and they shut down one of our pre-cores, which I was so furious about. So I said, why can't you just flip this machine with another machine that no one ever uses? And they're like, oh, we can't. It's too heavy. And we have to social distance. I said, well, how much longer is this going to be? And they're like, we don't know. We just don't know. Forever. Maybe forever. And they have a little sign down there, and I'm getting ready to write fake news all over all their little signage down there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look, the fact that going to a restaurant and sitting there with friends, which I did this week for a friend's birthday, is now considered an act of rebellion. I mean, it should scare the crap out of everybody. But then again, I mean, for those people who have never been that rebellious, who've just kind of gone along to get along, hopefully they're waking up and going, wait a minute. What do you mean I can't go to a restaurant? What do you mean I can't sit at this booth? What? There's two people in here. What are you talking about? Zoe's. What do you mean I can't eat inside? I can eat outside, but not inside. I guess the corona doesn't get you if you're outside. And, again, I guess the Rona doesn't get you if you're doing things that are approved by blue state governors, like buying lottery tickets and smoking weed. But it will get you if you're going to church. Oh, you know where else the Rona doesn't go, evidently? It doesn't go to abortion clinics. Because remember, those are essential services. All right, enough of the Rona. I swear, I want this to be done. It is so mind-numbing and so insane. So let's get into something else that's mind-numbing and insane. Obamagate continues to unfold. And this week, we've had the Susan Rice email to herself, which those of us who've been paying attention to this thing have known about this email for a long time, but we didn't see the whole thing until this week. And the beauty of all this stuff that the left has been doing, if it's the Rona, if it's the Russia hoax, all the things they've tried to do to destroy Trump, and the media, of course, is their their army that makes sure that the truth will not ever come out if they can stop it. But the beauty of all of this is that it allows Democrats and the media to not focus on actual problems, like, the open border crisis or the opioid crisis or, pulling our troops out of endless wars, the rise of China, which when are we going to really deal with China? In fact, President Trump's the only guy who's been talking about it for the last 30 years. And all of a sudden, again, little prescient, our president, wasn't he? The demolishing of the middle class. Trump was elected because he actually talked about these things. And the left and the media want nothing of it. So they just throw BS at us all the time. But slowly but surely, we are unraveling Obamagate. And this Susan Rice email is very peculiar. Now, remember, they were setting up Mike Flynn because they hated him. They knew where all the bodies were buried. They were setting him up quite a bit before the January 5th, 2017 meeting with all the players in Obama's office, the Oval Office. But Susan Rice decided that 2 weeks after that, the day of the inauguration of Trump, that she had to write a CYA memo to herself and just made sure that memorialized that Barack Obama and his pristine administration did everything by the book. And she said that phrase 3 times. And we found out earlier this week on Fox News, when she, I guess, had to try and reach some of the other people. She said, "Oh, the White House counsel told me to write that." Which doesn't make it look any better, Susan. It actually makes it look worse. Like, why is Obama's White House counsel telling you to memorialize a conversation from 2 weeks ago? Because they knew, because James Comey was still going to be in the Trump administration. So he was going to be the conduit to keep the lines of communications open between Barack Obama and his people and James Comey and now the Trump administration. Susan Rice knew exactly what she was doing. She was trying to cover her tracks. And now we even see again, she's lied on television about unmasking Flynn. We know she did that. Adam Schiff, again, still out there, still peddling the same crap because, again, the media covers for him. And not one of these people behind closed doors said there was any Russian collusion. When are we going to have Barack Obama come and testify? Lindsey Graham. When are we going to have the media who knowingly peddled this false information to come testify? I don't care if it's behind closed doors, then they can make the transcripts public. Whatever. Let's find out what they knew. And what they knew was false, and they still peddled. I'll tell you what. This week, John Ratcliffe was finally confirmed by the Senate to be the new DNI. And Richard Grinnell has done more in 3 weeks than these Republicans have done in 3.5 years, which is sad. But they're just basically at this point just yelling uncle to Rick Grinnell. And then now John Ratcliffe is going to come in and go, "Oh, I've got more for you. Buckle up, deep state. Buckle up." And speaking of buckling up, the left was in a tizzy last week when Trump got rid of another inspector general who absolutely should have gotten rid of, a guy named Steve Linker. I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter. He's an irrelevant bureaucrat, but gone. And he was trying to stop Pompeo from getting to the bottom of the Burisma issue. And lo and behold, just as the media had their panties in a twist about Trump firing another solid Democrat who's just doing his job and oversight, what was leaked was dynamite. Dozens of calls between Joe Biden and the former president of Ukraine, Poroshenko, who was, the deep state's person in charge there, basically proving that, Biden actually wasn't lying when he said that we were going to get you either fire the prosecutor or we're not giving you the $1 billion. It was proven on those tapes. John Kerry's on there doing some similar things. Barack Obama over there in the National Archives telling people, "Hey, could you not release any documents relating to Ukraine and Biden and me? Thanks." And the National Archives are like, sorry, Sotero, sorry, Hussein, but you're not president anymore. So you don't get to tell us what to do. This thing is just getting started. So much more the onion to peel back. But we will. We'll be right back.
Texans, this is Wendy. Let me introduce you to the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. In the RER Pet Store, anything that Amazon carries is available to you. Instead of going directly to Amazon, come to RagingElePhantsRadio.com first. Click on the RER Pet Store link and search for whatever you need for your furry buddy. How about this? Whenever it's time for dog or cat food, get it through the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. Another easy way to support the rebellious voice of Texas liberty. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Green Air Technology will sanitize, sterilize, and defunkifies your home. Our treatment utilizes a high-output biocleaner to eradicate bacteria, germs, and airborne pathogens and allergens in any home, vehicle, or facility. So if your facility or home smells funky like a bow-legged monkey, call Green Air Technologies. We are dedicated to eliminating odor and airborne contaminants at home, at work, or even in your vehicle.
Now featuring Biosphere.
Call Jim Green at 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com. 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com.
Attention, business owners. The marketing plan of RagingElePhantsRadio.com is geo-targeted for Texas. From El Paso to Orange, Amarillo to Brownsville, the state of Texas is going to know about us, and they should know about you. Together, we'll have Texas covered like a blanket. When you advertise with us, you immediately get the benefits of statewide exposure. We are the way to advertise your company throughout the state of Texas and grow your customer base economically. No matter the size of your business, we have a package for you, starting at just $100 a month. Get started by clicking the Advertise button on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Harris County has a crime problem. Who are you going to call? It's harder than ever to know who you can trust. You can trust Joe Dana. Group culture is always set by leadership, whether it's an airline or a city. As a lieutenant constable every day, he honors his oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Texas. Protect and serve is in his DNA. As a Harris County Sheriff, Joe Dana will restore your trust in the Sheriff's Department and improve the morale of the deputies on the street. You can trust Joe Dana as Harris County Sheriff.
I am Lieutenant Constable Joe Dana, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Joe Dana Campaign.
When Andrew Jackson ran for president in 1828, his opponents called him a jackass. Jackson liked the image so much, it became the mascot of the new Democratic Party.
Can you do it? The RER 2+2 Challenge. Howdy, rowdy Texans. It's me, E, the millennial voice of RER. I'm a big fan of RagingElePhantsRadio.com. More Texas voters should be listening to RER every day. A better, deeper knowledge of how Texas works will help Texas voters to make Texas more like Texas. The RER 2+2 Challenge. Listen to RER 2 hours a day, every day, for 2 weeks. You'll learn more about Texas politics in 2 weeks than you've ever known. Mark it on your daily calendar. Set your phone alarm. The RER 2+2 Challenge. 2 hours a day, every day, for 2 weeks. RagingElePhantsRadio.com. The rebellious voice of Texas liberty.
Oh, there's something about Stacey. Stacey Abrams. Evidently the front runner in the Veep stakes. Which is funny if you think about it. Stacey Abrams, yes, Stacey Abrams, who is now evidently the front runner in the Joe Biden vice presidential running mate sweepstakes, which is funny because the only thing this woman's ever done is enjoy her time at the buffet and was a state rep out of Georgia with no known accomplishments whatsoever. But she went to Yale and you didn't. This woman got the most unbelievably hilarious puff piece in the Washington Post the other day, talking about how she's got, Obama-like charisma. At least Obama, as horrific as he was, I could sort of understand the charisma thing and, first black president, blah, blah, blah. But Stacey Abrams is a thoroughly unpleasant narcissist woman who, because she's black and a woman, thinks she deserves to be vice president. And again, they tell us that we're racist. All these people do is push their identity politics on everybody. That's all they do, all day, every day. Well, I'm black, therefore I'm better than you, whitey. I'm black, therefore you don't know what you're saying because you have white privilege. It's so ass backwards from what our founders believed, what Dr. King believed. I do think he'd be rolling in his grave if he could see the Democrat Party today. But Stacey Abrams, with no discernible talent, except for, again, going to the buffet about 4 or 5 times, filling up, as they say, is now Joe Biden's maybe running mate. I mean, they can't get Joe Biden out of the basement or have him say more than a sentence with more than 7 words on his own. But, God bless him. He is really, really trying to make this thing happen and make sure that you think that Stacey Abrams could be president. If he was smart, he would actually, because again, Joe Biden is, I still say he is not going to be the nominee. I don't know who they're going to try and shoehorn in because now Andrew Cuomo has been a complete disaster. Now we know that Andrew Cuomo, after he got a Navy ship and a 1,000-bed hospital in Central Park and all the other stuff that he needed, decided to send all the COVID patients to nursing homes. Why? To jack up the death rate. That's the only reason he did it. And I don't care what you say. That is why he did it. Because you know who votes Republican? Older people. Just saying. And a lot of older people are dying from the COVID. But anyway, they're not going to be able to shoehorn Cuomo in now. They were going to try, but they're not going to be able to. But I don't know who's going to be the nominee. I still say it's not going to be Biden. So, but let's play along, pretend that it is. Maybe they are just going to sacrifice him and say, let's just regroup and try it. We'll try and impeach Trump again, and try in 4 years to get a better bench. Whatever, we'll see. But Stacey Abrams, because again she's black and a woman and rotund, I guess, is the front runner to be the vice presidential nominee. I would think that someone like Amy Klobuchar would be a better fit, but again, she's got the wrong skin color. She's got the right genitalia, but the wrong skin color. And, if he was really going to go for woke and broke, he should get old Don Lemon on the ticket. I was going to say Pete Buttigieg, but Pete Buttigieg only has one of the qualifiers, and that's he's gay and he's married to a man. But Don Lemon, he's got 2. Actually, he's got 3. Let's see. He's gay, married to a man, and he's black. And bonus, like pretty much every good Democrat, he's been charged or accused of sexual assault. So I think he could be a perfect choice. Dumbest man on television, being the sidekick of Joe Biden on the ticket. It would a girl can dream. But it probably won't be Stacey Abrams, even though she's pushing herself pretty hard. It'll probably be, my dream ticket would be a Kamala Harris, actually, because she is so loathsome and her record is so horrific in California. Then again, he's not going to pick someone from California. Who knows? He might, you know what? Which brings me back to Stacey Abrams. It could happen. That big old, can you imagine that big old thing stomping around the Oval Office? President Biden, you're not giving me enough to do. Nom, 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 nom. Where's my donuts? Hey, you know what? We're allowed to fat shame now. Nancy Pelosi did it to Trump. So I can say what the hell I want about Stacey Abrams. I can say what the hell I want about anything because this is still America last time I checked. Speaking of Cuomo, it's amazing that he got a pass for as long as he did, and he's still getting a pass. But the way he's handled this whole situation, the COVID situation, is atrocious. I mentioned before, Trump, they were screaming about ventilators, screaming about beds. Not only did they not need the beds that Trump set up for, I mean, they had the Army Corps of Engineers come in and build them a freaking hospital in Central Park. They redesigned the Navy ship as a hospital. Not only did he not use them, they didn't even fill up the hospital beds they had in New York City. And again, what did he do? He sent people to nursing homes. I mean, this isn't a leap to say he did this on purpose. And hopefully there's going to be a nice, fat federal investigation in his future. Because this man should be charged with manslaughter, as far as I'm concerned. These left-wing blue state governors and media, they shut down our entire economy. And they didn't focus any resources on the people who are actually vulnerable, the elderly population. What is it? 2/3 of people who have died are over 80? And literally maybe one out of every 500,000 under 30 is dying from this thing? And they all have comorbidities, meaning pre-existing conditions? But the left is so hell-bent on retaining power and retaining control. And never forget that's what this is all about. And every time I try and tell a Democrat that, they're like, you're crazy. I go, there is literally no reason this economy should be shut down. With the death rate that we have, certainly in Texas, 0.005%, it's insane. But instead of focusing on the vulnerable communities, the elderly, the people with pre-existing conditions, they quarantined the rest of us. There's a great quote. I can't remember who said it. You quarantine those who are sick is what you do. If you quarantine those who are healthy, that's tyranny. And we are smack dab in the middle of this tyranny right now. And the media is continuing to lie to you. I have a thread here from Cernovich on Twitter. I'm probably not going to be able to get into all of it. But the overwhelming media bias and the things they've gotten wrong, large and small, would make your head explode. Tapper got a blockbuster story completely wrong about James Comey and Trump. There was a claim that Trump was the first president since George H.W. Bush to not take questions at a press conference held in China. Wrong. CNN reporter Manu Raju claimed Trump had advanced knowledge of the WikiLeaks release of the Podesta emails, confirmed by 2 sources, and yet it's fake news. Wrong. Jim Acosta falsely claimed Trump did not visit Steve Scalise after the tragic mass shooting committed by a far left-wing lunatic. False, wrong, fake news. CNN falsely accused Anthony Scaramucci, who now hates Trump, and so this would never happen again, of being under investigation for a crime. Fake news. CNN used deceptively edited video to falsely accuse Trump of a faux pas during a fish feeding ceremony held in Japan. Even leftist Snopes said it was wrong. All of it fake news. And you wonder how they pulled the rug over so many people's eyes over the coronavirus hoax. Be right back, Patriots. Don't go anywhere.
Here's another reason to visit the RER Marketplace. It's springtime. Every year we have to get that yard and flower beds in shape. Go to the RER Marketplace Lawn and Garden to get your supplies. Buy all your fertilizer, weed and feed, flower food, and garden tools through the RER Marketplace powered by Amazon. It's another easy way to support RER. Just by getting all of your fertilizer and plant food through the RER Marketplace, you're supporting the work of RER. No Amazon services or price change. RER gets a small commission to keep operating and expanding. The RER Marketplace Lawn and Garden. Click the Marketplace ad on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
RER Cross is the Christian programming of RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Pastor Edwin Guerra delivers passionate sermons.
And then I'm reminded, God is greater than our feelings. There are times that you don't want to be Jesus to people because you just don't feel worthy. God is greater than how we feel. And that is our hope. We are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We are not called to be emotional, up and down, Christianese type of people. We are called to be bold and stand firm on what we believe, even if you don't feel like it.
Enjoy Pastor Edwin Guerra, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Sundays on RER Cross, right here on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey Texans, this is Wendy. Let me introduce you to the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. In the RER Pet Store, anything that Amazon carries is available to you. Instead of going directly to Amazon, come to RagingElePhantsRadio.com first. Click on the RER Pet Store link and search for whatever you need for your furry buddy. How about this? Whenever it's time for dog or cat food, get it through the RER Pet Store powered by Amazon. Another easy way to support the rebellious voice of Texas liberty. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
I tell you what. I mean, we could go on and on forever on all the fake news. Just CNN. How can we forget that on May 6th, here's a fun fact. You want to talk about the mask hoax, which Fauci, remember, in March said masks are not, Dr. Fauci, the god of America now, evidently, he said in March that basically it's just security porn, virtue signaling, the mask crap. He said it doesn't stop anything. If you're sick, you wear a mask so you don't get other people sick. But healthy people wearing a mask doesn't do anything. On May 6th, the media at the White House press briefing, no masks. 2 days later, masks. Fauci, mask. It's almost like they want to continue this for some nefarious reason. Are y'all awake yet? Y'all, I mean, again, we could go on and on for hours, but my time is almost up. They are getting the hook From behind the stage curtain, they're getting ready to yank me by my neck off the stage. But I really hope that y'all check in next week on Angela's Soapbox on Raging Elephants Radio. Also, check out my YouTube channel. It's just simple. It's youtube.com. I guess / I don't know, whatever. Angela Box. Easy, B-O-X. Follow me on Twitter at The Box That Rocks. Box has 1 X. Rocks has 2. Follow me on Facebook, Angela Box Public, and Instagram, The Box That Rocks. I love coming here and running my mouth. And even though I'm just talking to myself, I'm really not, because I'm talking to patriots. Talking to fellow patriots who get it. And it's a beautiful thing. And I say this every week. It is your sacred duty to torment a leftist. Anywhere you find them. You tell those mask Nazis that my personal liberty is none of your concern. Get in their faces. They deserve it. Until next time, keep kicking butt. Bye. Oh, one more thing, America. Don't drop dead of the Rona. Try real hard. See you next week.